Welcome to Houston, Texas, and the house Bill Yeoman and Andre Ware built, home to the Houston Cougars, where the fans are ready for liftoff. What a showdown we have in store. A couple of Big 12 teams squaring off in what could prove to be a huge game. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Houston Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Houston ready to boot it deep and get this game going. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So TCU's offense will get the first swing of the game. And here he comes, and you may think that you can take a wide receiver out of the game plan, but Jesse, with this guy, he sort of believes, I'm him. I'm the dude.
Yeah, and he gives defensive coordinators nightmares, too, I swear. When you watch this guy's highlight tape, man, he scares you to death with his speed. He can take the top off the defense. He can change the game, David, on any given play.
And so how many different ways can I continue to give him touches? You know, they're going to...
And they got him for the sack. The number one job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not, but my number one job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
And the Horned Frogs headed quickly to the line. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Houston!
Oof, and after that pick 6, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There's tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You got to keep going.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that, maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Finds the tight end. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Back to pass, it's Whitaker. Makes his connection. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Makes the catch. Delivers the contact. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6. The Horned Frogs want to crank the tempo. On second down, they'll take to the air. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll go to the ground. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quickly to the tight end. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The give to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Will they keep it on the ground again here on third down? They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. The challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these 2 teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
It's caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
And that is another.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He'll take a shot. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post, right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So a drive there of 84 yards. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. Looking for blockers. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And the Horned Frogs are in the hurry-up.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires to the big fella. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. After the first down completion, it's second and short. To the air, it's Whitaker. Quickly complete. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. The aerial assault continues. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. He's looking to throw. Moving out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Going up top on first down. Using his legs to buy some time. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. He's looking to throw. He wants to take the top off. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The Houston offense comes onto the field. To the air on first down. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. Fires to the right. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to take off. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Scanning the field, it's Whitaker. Coming after him. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the cage in Southeast Texas.
And the Horned Frogs will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They'll start this third quarter with a run. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Leaves it with the running back. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. To the ground to try to pick up the first. The Cougars are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
To the air, it's Hahn. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Now they'll run the draw. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Houston will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. RPO complete to open the drive. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Horned Frogs moving quickly to the line. Leaves it with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Now the play fake. Got his man quickly. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll give it to the back. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They'll throw it on first down. Just couldn't quite stay in bounds while making that grab. It's incomplete. Offense gets set for 2nd down.
Well, he was trying to get his feet down. You saw a little toe tap action there, but ultimately it ends up being an incompletion.
Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got it set up on the outside. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Here comes the Houston offense once again. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And the defense finally gets home. They get their first sack of the day. This is a defense, they can pressure the quarterback. This is not normal. Last week they had 5 sacks, so you're used to this defense getting after quarterbacks.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking for a man, it's Hahn. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Oh, he gave him the dead leg. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense. Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number 1. Understand it. Late in the game now, up by multiple scores. I'm playing my defense a little bit different. Can't give up the big plays. Time is on my side.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. It's complete to the left. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Finds his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
The Houston offense ready to go back to work. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Cougars with the 1st and 10. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. In the postgame, if you start asking about the offensive struggles, the coach is probably going to say, let me tell you something, Mr. Television Announcer. They don't ask me how I won. They ask me if I won.
That is all that matters, Mr. Television Announcer, but I think you'd want to play better on offense. You'd want to score more points, but Reese, Jesse, I want to learn as I win. I don't want to learn as I lose.
And I know you're loving this one, David, because in today's era of modern college football, with all these spread offenses and up-tempo, we're used to seeing a ton of points. We're not used to seeing a lot of games like this. I wouldn't get used to seeing it, but for this team right here, they got to love the way that they played defense. They made the plays required to win. That's a happy group all around.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese